H5N1 is a type of influenza virus that causes a highly infectious and severe respiratory disease in birds. They are also called as the avian influenza or bird flu. H5N1 refers to the subtypes of the surface antigen that exist on the virus, which are the hemagglutinin type 5 and the neuraminidase type 1. In 1996, the first virus was detected among geese in China. Meanwhile, the first case of infection in humans was first detected in 1987 during a poultry outbreak in Hong Kong. Furthermore, H5N1 generally affects birds. However, they can also infect humans and other animals that come in close contact with the carrier. Some of the symptoms of bird flu in birds are depression, lack of appetite, greenish diarrhea, a drop in the egg productions, and many more such as listed here. And meanwhile, the symptoms in humans are very similar to other flu, such as sneezing, coughing, runny nose, and high fever. The disease is spread through the migratory birds and movement of the infected birds. This is because the susceptible birds become infected when they have a contact with infected birds through their saliva, nasal secretions, and feces of the infected birds. They also become infected when they have contact with the contaminated surface from the infected birds. In addition, the virus does not infect humans easily. However, the virus might mutate in the form that can infect humans more easily in future.
Like to explain public health important. Public health is the science of protecting and improving the health of people and their communities. Firstly, it helps to detect the symptom of getting H5N1 and react effectively to prevent the disease from spreading. And it will respond appropriately to avoid the disease. Next, public health important because it ensures that everyone is aware about H5N1 through educational program, campaign and government policy influence. It is important because you are still learning a new thing and growing as individual. This is due to the nature of the work, which is involved encouraging development through daily activity and also participating in major project and campaign. Next is public health important as a preventative nature to a disease. Prevention is more effective and far less expensive than a cure. And lastly is promote welfare for entire population. That always ensure that is security and protect it from spreading of H5N1. As a conclusion, public health is very important to everyone because with public health, individuals can spend more of their years in a good health by preventing health issues.
So last but not least, what is the treatment and prevention that we can do to reduce this H5N1 infection? To treat H5N1 infection, the treatment that has been used is antiviral drugs. Antiviral medications are used as they can work in high efficiency when consumed as soon as possible, optimally within 48 hours after the symptoms showed. There are two major types of antiviral drugs that can increase the rate of anti-influenza activities, such as neuraminidase inhibitor like Tamiflu, also known as oseltamivir, Relenza, and Rapivac. Other type of drug is adamantane M2 inhibitor like remantadine and amantadine. However, this drug is not that effective anymore as the virus seems to be resistant to this drug. The human may be infected to the H5N1 disease whenever virus enter their body throughout their eyes, nose, or mouth. To prevent this, we must avoid any contact to the source of exposure such as the infected birds, saliva, mucus, or faces. Also avoid visiting places that is used to raise and sell birds and poultry such as open-air market and poultry farm. For people who work with poultry, they are advised to follow biosecurity and infection control practices. Always wear appropriate PPE and practice proper hand hygiene protocols to avoid any contamination. To conclude, H5N1 is an infectious disease that once hit globally and now it is still lingering in few parts of the world. It is easily spread and can bring fatal results. Because of that, we need to be careful and follow all the preventive measures that have been made. So I think that's all from us. Thank you for listening and stay safe.